Welcome, Sacred Wild Sisters. This is Suzette Winona Summers, the admin of this group, and I'm coming on to. Oh, I hear my kitty crying. He wants to come in. Um, I am coming on to talk about boundaries because it's Thanksgiving, and my hair. I did not cut it. I have it put up, but it's so funny. This is what my hair would look like if I had no hair. Maybe I should cut it short. I don't know. But I wanted to come on and talk about boundaries. I'm cleaning today, so I just wanted to hop on really quick and talk about this because we're getting into the Thanksgiving holiday season, and in a few days we'll be experiencing Thanksgiving, and with Thanksgiving comes a lot of family and a lot of opportunities to practice some of these skills that we've developed, creating boundaries, establishing boundaries, holding boundaries, and one of the things that I say is, we teach people how to treat us. And part of that is how we create boundaries. And that can be as simple as letting people know of our expectations. I used to do this with my kiddos when we'd go into a store. I'd let them know, we're not going to buy anything today, if we go into the grocery store, or we're just going to buy these things, and I prepare them. I set them up for success by letting them know my expectations. So that's a form of a boundary. And we can do that with our families too. Hey, I see Gretchen's waving. But we can do that with our families as well by letting them know what our expectations are, I'm really glad to see everybody. I'm glad everybody's here. When you're finished with your plates, if you could bring them to the sink, or you could wash them off and put them in the dishwasher, or if we could all work together to get the kitchen cleaned up, being clear with our boundaries, especially if we're changing some of our expectations. Because when we change and we don't let others know what our expectations are, they can just be really confused. And then that leaves them feeling like they did something wrong or they don't know what to expect. So being really clear with our intentions and our expectations and our boundaries of what I want. And, in here, when we create sacred space, that is a form of a boundary, right? We, anybody who's been to the new moon or the full moon circles, we begin by calling in the directions. We create a circle. We weave it together with our intention. We light candles. We call in our spirit guides, our helpers, our ancestors. We create space and we hold that space. And you can do that in your life as you gather with your family before anybody comes over, or just setting the intention in your home or where you're going to. Like, we are going to create sacred space here, and this is what it means. We create boundaries all the time. We don't necessarily know it. And when we are unconscious about our boundaries, that's when they get blurry, and we don't know, and other people don't know what to expect. We do it with our bodies. Some people feel really close getting close to other people. They feel really comfortable. Or maybe certain people you feel comfortable getting closer to. Energetically, we create these boundaries. So as we become more conscious women, and we're claiming our power and we're becoming empowered, we become conscious of where our boundaries are. Where are we establishing boundaries? How are we holding that space for ourselves and for others? What does that look like? We can visualize it. We can start to see, okay, this person is allowed within 3 feet of us, or maybe no, maybe it's 5 feet of us, maybe that uncle or that aunt that really rubs us the wrong way. Maybe we have a larger boundary there. We need to keep space, and we can do that energetically through intention and visualization. And it's really amazing. I mean, I've done this. I've been somewhere and some man came up to us and he was just talking, and like part of it was funny, but part of it was getting really uncomfortable and I didn't like it. And I was like, oh yeah, I have this ability. So I tapped in and I created my energetic boundary out further. And I swear to you, within probably less than 30 seconds, he was like, okay, I gotta go. And I was like, wow, like, that's what we have the power to do. We have that ability. We set that intention, we hold that space, we visualize it, and we can create that boundary. Now, when we're unconscious of it, we find people getting in our space that we don't want there, and maybe we feel uncomfortable and we're like, why are they in my space, right? And that's when we have to become conscious again and reestablish that boundary, hold that space. And so energetically visualizing, calling in your spirit guides, your helpers, your angelic partners in this life, calling them in to support you in a space will also help you to establish and create a boundary. Weave a boundary for yourself. Before you have people over, create that boundary. Welcome your ancestors, welcome your guardian spirits, welcome your helping spirits. Ask them to support you and guide you in this. You are not alone. You are empowered. You are strong. And when we tap into the universe and we're working with the universe and we're working with our spirit helpers and we're using all these tools we have available to us, we can establish these boundaries and hold these boundaries and start moving through our lives in a way where we feel supported and we feel confident, and we can oh my goodness, my cat is at the door. I need to get him in a minute. But we can start creating these boundaries and establishing them and working with the tools that we have to step into a life with certainty, empowered, strong, hopeful, and creating what we want in our environment, in our space, in our home, in our physical bodies. So I encourage you to use these tools. You can do this. You will have a much more peaceful and enjoyable holiday season as you use these, and we can talk about them more. And I really appreciate if you're going to use these tools, come back and let me know how it works for you. If you have questions about how to use these tools, what to do specifically, more specifically, private message me. We can also work together one-on-one at some point. I have some exciting new events coming up. I'll tell you about those soon, so stay in tune to what's going on here, and I'll share more about that. But I'm going to get back to getting my house prepared, and I hope you're all doing well. I love you all. And I just posted another gratitude. I'm going to keep the gratitudes going for till Thanksgiving, so we can just keep sharing what we're grateful for and keep that energy and that momentum of being grateful, because it really does shift our attitude, and it's the perfect time to be grateful and to share our gratitudes. So I love you all. Private message me if you want to set up a time to talk. I love you. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll be on probably tomorrow or the next day as well. Take care.